Imagine you're standing in front of a long bridge. The night is dark, but the bridge glows softly. A path of light stretches over deep and mysterious waters. On one side is faith, holding a lantern of hope. On the other, reason waits, carrying a torch of logic. Many people think faith and reason are separate paths. Today we'll see that actually they can meet on the same bridge. Our curiosity takes over. Is it possible for faith and reason to travel together? Can a heart that trusts also ask questions, or does one cancel out the other? The world often tells us to choose, as if they were rivals. But what if we've misunderstood? Perhaps, just perhaps, the truth is found not by choosing a side, but by learning to walk the bridge between them. We live in a time of big questions. Let's pause for a moment and pull some wisdom from ancient words. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 15 says, "Instead, speaking the truth in love, we will grow to be like Christ, who is the head of the body." Here, truth isn't cold or harsh, but wrapped in love, real, living, tender. The bridge between faith and reason is built with both stones. Honesty and kindness walk hand in hand. Truth isn't just facts, but how we handle them and how we treat each other. Meet Francis Collins, a leader of the Human Genome Project. He's a scientist whose work didn't just change the world, it redefined our understanding of what it means to be human. He led an international team in one of history's most ambitious scientific feats, mapping humanity's entire genetic code, all 3 billion letters of our DNA. But beneath the lab coat, he carried something many find surprising: a quiet, enduring faith. For him, science and belief were never enemies in a battle for truth. Instead, they were fellow explorers, two lenses through which to view reality. Together they allowed him to navigate the mysteries of the cosmos, each asking different but complementary questions about the same wondrous universe. Science, he explains, is the tool for asking how. It's the tireless search for the universe's mechanisms. How does a cell divide with such precise choreography? How do stars burn for billions of years? How does a collection of neurons give rise to consciousness? Faith, on the other hand, dares to ask why. Why does a universe exist with laws we can discover? Why do we yearn for meaning that goes beyond our own existence? And why does love feel like the most powerful force of all? To ignore either question is to see the world with only one eye. Both the how of science and the why of faith are needed to begin to grasp the full story of our existence. His own journey didn't start with faith. Raised in a home without strong religious beliefs, it was as a young doctor that he began to ask these deeper questions. He came face to face with life and death, and was deeply moved by the resilience and unwavering kindness of his patients in the face of suffering. At the same time, the overwhelming complexity and beauty of the natural world, from a waterfall to the double helix of DNA, whispered to him that there was something more. He found not a contradiction, but a resonance. For him, studying the genome wasn't disproving a creator, but admiring their handiwork. As he later wrote, in a phrase that bridges his two worlds, "The God of the Bible is also the God of the genome." But what happens when we cross the bridge with only faith and leave reason behind? History warns us of the dangers. Blind faith, without careful thought, can lead to misunderstanding, fear, and harm. When belief is never questioned, it can become superstition, a shadow of the truth, not its light. The Bible gives us a clear example. The Apostle Paul visits Athens. He finds an altar to an unknown God. He doesn't make fun. He invites them to think more deeply. He uses reason to connect their longing with the truth about God. The Qur'an also encourages reflection, to think about creation. Surah 30, verse 8. What happens if we only choose reason and leave faith behind? Reason alone can build amazing things, bridges, medicines, poems, and songs. But pure logic without trust or hope can lead to emptiness, a cold world without meaning. It knows the age of the stars, but not why love stirs the human heart. Without faith, sometimes we ask, "What's the point?" and hear only silence. The Bible reminds us, knowledge puffs up, but love builds up. 1 Corinthians 8:1. The Qur'an asks for balance, to think deeply and trust in God. Surah 3 verses 159-160. Reason without faith can forget compassion. We often hear that faith and reason are like enemies. But for hundreds of years, wise voices from our traditions have told us not to pick one over the other. Instead, they say we should bring faith and reason together in one big search. In the Bible, the prophet Isaiah shares a message from God. Come now and let us reason together. This isn't about being judged, it's an invitation to connect. God isn't scared of our questions. He welcomes them as the start of an honest chat. The Qur'an, on the other hand, asks us, do they not look within themselves? This is a command to look inside, to find signs of God in the inner world of each person. These holy books don't ask for blind faith. Instead, they suggest a conversation. In this talk, doubt, trust, questioning, and belief walk hand in hand, making each other stronger. Think about the Apostle Paul in Athens. He didn't just preach, he talked with the philosophers on their own ground, using their poetry and logic to build a bridge to his message. Similarly, the Qur'an often tells stories and asks questions instead of just stating facts. It uses parables and examples from nature to invite us to think, trusting in our ability to reason. The search for truth is a journey for your whole self. The heart that feels, the mind that thinks, and the soul that longs for something more. This bridge is a special place where they meet. Here, faith and reason don't just talk. They learn to listen to each other, lighting up the path together. Now it's your turn. Think about your own life. Do you feel tension between faith and reason? Or do they sometimes go hand in hand? Let's share. Did a question ever deepen your belief? Or did faith give you hope in confusion? I invite you to comment and tell your story. The journey to truth is different for everyone, but we walk it better together. In this video about faith, we explore that bridge. Your voice lights it up. Here's a practical challenge for your week. Choose a question that matters to you. Maybe about forgiveness, the origin of life, or what happens after we die. First, open your Bible or another holy book and see what it says. Let the words speak to your heart. Then, find a good academic or scientific source. Compare them. How are they different? How are they similar? Write down what you find. Share with a friend, a group, or in the comments. The goal isn't to win arguments, but to grow in understanding. Take on the challenge. Walk the bridge with open hands and an open mind. As we wrap up, let's go back to our bridge. But this time, imagine it from high above, with a view that takes in everything. From this height, the bridge shines, not just with the glow of lanterns and torches, but with the soft, joined light of understanding, showing a single path. Faith and reason, seen from up here, aren't pulling in different directions. They're like two wings on one bird, the human spirit. For this bird to fly, both wings must flap together. Together, they lift us higher, above the foggy confusion, letting us see a wider world. Balance is super important. Without reason to guide us, faith can go off course into superstition, a blind flight. And without faith to inspire us, reason can become cold and empty, falling into a way of thinking where nothing matters beyond what can be measured. United in a balanced flight, they lead us to a truth that echoes in our soul, the beauty hidden in both an equation and a prayer, and the wonder at the mystery of being alive. This is the gift and the job of the human spirit, the power to believe and the courage to ask questions, the drive to search and the grace to find a deeper and deeper understanding. But we don't make this journey alone. In our next episode, we'll look at the voices that guide us. Family, traditions, teachers, and friends. Who do we trust to help us navigate this path? Which voices keep us grounded and which ones challenge us to grow, helping us stay true to both? For now, let the bridge remind us that the search for truth isn't a fight, but a graceful dance between the heart and the mind. With faith to light the way and reason to make sure our steps are firm, we can keep moving forward, not divided, but whole, together.